Hello and welcome to Spartan Football Weekly. I'm Justin Allegri. Tonight on the show, we'll recap the Hawaii game, 37-27, the victory, the first one in the Mountain West Conference for San Jose State. Plus, we'll hear from Angela Santoro and Get Sports Focus as she talks about the 14 freshmen that impacted that win as well. Also, we'll talk to San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher, previewing the Colorado State game. First, let's go back to the highlights against Hawaii. San Jose State taking on Hawaii for the first time in 2 seasons in their first trip to Aloha Stadium since 2010. First possession for San Jose State, David Fales completes a 15-yard out route to Chandler Jones, and that set up this 44-yard field goal by Austin Lopez and made it 3-0 San Jose State. After that, Hawaii would score twice unanswered on an end around by Chris Gann, here it is, and on an 8-yard pass to Vasquez Haynes. And after the dust had settled, Hawaii had the lead 14-3. Spartans, though, were resilient. They responded with this laser throw from David Fales to Chandler Jones for a 61-yard score. Those two would connect 4 times for 95 yards on the day. Next drive, David Fales to freshman Tyler Winston for 40 yards, and that was the start of a big night for him. This drive was capped off by the tight end Billy Freeman making a dirty catch at the goal line. Look at it again. He adjusts midair, gets the ball over the goal line with his elbow almost touching the ground, but did break the plane of the end zone, and after that, San Jose State took the lead 17-14. Austin Lopez would tack on 3 more with this bomb from 51 yards that doinks off the crossbar, and a new career high for him from 51 out. Defensively, the Spartans had their best day of the year, led by Christian Tago in his first sack and interception in that game. Overall, the defense had 3 picks and a fumble recovery. Really did look like they were much, much better in this game. The running game was also an improvement for San Jose State. Here is Jared Lossman, another freshman that performed very well in this game with a 39-yard touchdown and his first in a Spartan uniform. Overall, 3 freshmen combined for 241 yards on the ground in this game. And oh, by the way, Tyler Winston with maybe the catch of the year. No, his first catch in a Spartan uniform was number 6 on the Sports Center top 10, but this one may outdo the one before. David Fales rolls out and connects with him in the end zone after adjustments, and it was really a motion from David Fales that gave him the option to go toward the end zone, but he just pulled it back from that defensive back, and the Spartans cruised to their first Mountain West victory, 37-27 over Hawaii. Here is San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher after the game.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm proud of the guys. The common theme tonight was freshmen. We had some guys step up. We had 3 freshmen combined rush for 200 yards. We had 3 freshmen score 3 touchdowns for us. And just proud of those guys stepping up. We coached them. We had our reservations as a coaching staff. Can they handle it? Me included, the reservation side. And can they handle it? Can they pick up having never played a college snap before like Thomas Tucker? And those guys did. And my hat's off to them. The offensive line did a good job in the run game. It's so nice to have balance and not be one-dimensional, and I thought those guys did a good job. Shifting gears defensively, great job by the defense. 4 turnovers. That's been something we've been emphasizing, and the defense did a great job with, I believe, 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery, and that's huge. You got to win the turnover margin, and we've been missing that the last couple of weeks, but tonight we got it, and that was a big part of the game.
We'll take our first break on the show tonight, and up next, we'll have a story from Angela Santoro and Get Sports Focus about the 14 freshmen making a huge impact against Hawaii last week. More on Spartan Football Weekly when we return.
Una más. Come on, baby. Una más.
Una más.
Una más. We taste better for lunch or dinner.
Sergio Romo, pitcher and 2-time World Series champion, a Bay Area legend. E40, platinum recording artist and actor, a Bay Area legend. Kinder's Barbecue, 3 generations of hard work and family pride. Award-winning barbecue, sauces, and meats. Kinder's Barbecue, a Bay Area legend.
Did you know that Sarah Winchester had a crew of carpenters building 24 hours a day for 38 years? It's true. Her mansion grew to 160 rooms during continuous construction from 1884 to 1922. And she didn't have to worry about building permits. Come and see their beautiful but bizarre handiwork. Guided tours daily at the world-famous Winchester Mystery House, San Jose. Minutes away, ages apart.
There were 14 freshmen making an impact in the 37-27 win over Hawaii last week. As Get Sports Focus reporter Angela Santoro tells us, there's much more coming from these guys.
The San Jose State Spartans have faced a lot of adversity throughout the 2013 season, but as Coach Carricker stated, with injury comes opportunity, and these young players are ready to seize the moment.
It's great having guys that just are sponges for learning and just want to grow and just want to that are fun to coach and you know, first year guys in the program, they're hungry, they want to get on the field, and these guys responded to the call.
I've actually been amazed by some of these freshmen of how they stepped up, like Tyler Winston and some of the other freshmen on offense. They played a big part in our win last week, and some of the guys on defense too. I think we're starting almost like 6 freshmen. It's really amazing seeing how we stepped up.
Well, you know, in all football, every team, there's always injuries, and people got to step up. And when, you know, Coach G always talks about how everybody needs each other, we need you. So some people just had to step up during injuries. So
I guess like that's kind of been the theme, like as of late, just like everybody stepping up for those who've been injured.
This is a great learning lesson for the future.
You know, you just got to keep going. People got to step up, and you got to move forward. You can't get hung up on it.
There's quite a big difference between jumping from high school into Division I college football.
Definitely the speed, you know, like it's not like high school where like if you're fast then it kind of shows, but everybody's fast on the field, and game speed is a lot different from practice speed, and everybody's more athletic, but it just kind of, you have to really utilize like kind of knowledge and your knowledge of the game, and it's been tough, but it's been manageable.
Getting help by some of the veterans has made this transition process a lot easier.
Even though I've only been here for a year now, and this is my second year, like I've made really close bonds with all the guys who are freshmen through seniors, and I just feel like we have like that connection. Like it's like a real connection here, and team chemistry's great, the camaraderie's great, and I'm just really excited to spend my next 4 years here.
There are role models on defense. Whenever we need something, they're there for us, and we look up to them.
Vince Buhager, actually, I played linebacker last year. Vince Buhager, he took me under his wing, helped me a lot. He actually got hurt this year, medical redshirting, but he really helped me through it. You know, just keep my head up, keep pushing hard, and when your time comes, like, be ready to play.
A lot of the older guys have given like all the younger guys advice, like just telling them not to be discouraged in one play, like get it next time, you know, because they've been through this before and they've experienced it. So it's good to have a little bit of feedback and to have people who've experienced the same thing that we're going through right now. So it makes kind of the transition from being a practice player to a game player really, really easy.
I'm not shy or anything to say. I look up to Keith and I look up to Benet, and they really help us out a lot.
These young Spartans are excited to get on the playing field.
1 month ago, Christian Tago, who was our defensive player of the week that we picked, wasn't even getting ready to play in the Sacramento State game. So the main guys who we picked as players of the game were guys a month ago weren't even in the game plan, and that just goes to show you got to work, you got to prepare so that you're ready when your time comes, and those guys were ready and did a nice job.
Yeah, I've been out there a couple times as fullback, you know, having fun, just helping the offense out.
I'm just looking forward to going out there and playing. You know, I love this sport, and I just have a blast every time I'm on the field. So I'm just happy to be on the field and showing what everyone I can do.
The young Spartans played a big role in the win against Hawaii, and they are ready to do it again at Colorado State this weekend. Angela Santoro with Get Sports Focus.
Thanks, Angela. Up next, San Jose State head coach Ron Carricker will preview the Colorado State game with us. More on Spartan Football Weekly when we return.
It takes intense preparation, finesse, and precision to be crowned as the king in a unanimous decision. It bobs and it weaves around every corner. With its hit list of features, this car's a performer. So roll on to victory with the path of least resistance. The new 2014 Scion TC is made to go the distance.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the officially sanctioned annual award recognizing all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. NACDA and USA Today co-founded this esteemed honor in 1993, still widely recognized as the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Welcome back to Spartan Football Weekly, now joined by San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher. The Spartans coming off their first Mountain West Conference victory, 37-27 at Hawaii. Coach, first of all, congratulations. How's it feel?
Thank you. It feels good. It's always nice to get a win. It's nice to get a win on the road, and 2,200 miles away from us. It was a nice win Saturday night.
The long travel is always the fun one to get the win, huh?
Definitely. When you got a long 4.5-hour ride home, it's good to have that win feel. I've been on the other side of that with the tough loss, and it's definitely winning pays off.
What does it do for the mood of the team? I mean, this team was kind of down after those 3 losses, some tough losses, but what does it do to kind of boost their spirits a little bit?
Well, I'll tell you, our guys bounce back, and I think football is a great life lesson. You get knocked down, and the key is, what do you do when you get knocked down? Do you stay down? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Do you bounce back up? And our guys have continued after. Those have been some challenging games, and our guys have bounced back, and we've had good practices. And I think if you roll up your sleeves, you get back to work, you have a positive attitude, and you work hard, those things will pay off. It's nice to see it pay off on Saturday night.
I thought you also saw the bounce back within the game, down 14-3 there early on, and some teams, kind of lie over, but this team shows some resiliency.
Definitely. Our guys could have, at that point, just said, oh, here we go. And they didn't. They fought back, and that's what I want. We want guys that'll fight to the finish, never quit, never give up. I want that to be a trademark of our program. And our guys compete, and it was nice to see the swing. David threw a nice long pass to Chandler for a touchdown, and then we just, from there on, had a lot of unanswered points before the end of the game. So it was nice to see the guys that fight and the never give up attitude.
It was those 2 seniors, David Fales and Chandler Jones, that got you guys going. It seemed like that play was the swinging moment in the game, but then it was the freshmen also through the rest of the game. 14 total got playing time, and 6 really got significant playing time. Just talk about their contribution.
Well, I'll tell you, you look at those the four young guys that had to just stand out from a numbers standpoint. Lawson, Tim Crawley, Thomas Tucker, Billy Freeman. Those guys a month ago weren't necessary. Billy was going to be a starting tight end, but none of them really factored into a game plan. David Peterson, another one, was a backup center. A month ago they weren't in the game plan, and yet they worked. They had good practices. They continued to develop and improve as a player, and when their opportunity came, they were ready. And so it's exciting to see that. You got to always be ready in the game of football. You could be 5th, 6th, 7th string tailback at the start of the season, and when your number's called, you're ready to go.
Well, it seemed like those running backs, Crawley, Lawson, and Tucker, first of all, we didn't really know much of Tucker before he got in. This good playing time, but it seemed like they complemented each other. Tim Crawley's kind of that side-to-side runner, and Lawson's a straight up the middle, and then Thomas Tucker was just getting you guys yards.
Definitely. You see those guys in the kicking game too. Timmy Crawley's in the kicking game, and they're quick, they're athletic. But most importantly, when the hole opens up, they hit it. And their north and south runners can make people miss in space. And they bring that element to our running game, and it paid off on Saturday.
Now, how far along is Thomas Tucker? Were you expecting to play him, or were you just kind of moving him around, seeing where you'd fit in? Or was this the time to really get him playing time?
A week ago, he's running our scout team. He came here as a cornerback. We moved him to receiver, and then he was running scout team running back just to give our defense a good look. And word came to us, hey, Thomas Tucker is running hard. He's looking good. He's doing a good job. And so with the injuries we had to Jason Simpson, to Alvin Jelks, to Osiris Burke, we need some guys to get ready. And so we pulled them over, and we gave him a cram course session of running back and offensive football, and he picked it up to his credit, and he did a nice job executing Saturday night.
Now, you mentioned those injuries. Are they more of just a kind of nagging type thing, or are they going to keep him out for a while? Because I saw Jason Simpson on punt coverage a couple of times, if I remember right.
Right. Yeah, Jason, we just, at that position, if you don't practice during the week, it's hard to play on a Saturday because you're carrying the ball and ball security is so important. So Jason did help us in the punt. We had him in our hip pocket as an emergency running back should something happen, and we didn't need to use him.
Tyler Winston, another freshman that stepped up big, and he just had the yards after catch after catch. It seemed like he really fit in nicely.
He did, and there's a guy, again, a month ago, we were experimenting with him at free safety, decided to not do it. Let's redshirt him, have him for 4 years. And then with that position, having some of those injuries, his stock has gone up, and his reps have gone from 0 to 20 to 40 to 80 on Saturday night. So he's continued to evolve as a player, and we're excited about him.
And then looking defensively at that game, it started off a little slow for the defensive side of the football, but I thought that was one of their better games, certainly better with the amount of turnovers that they produced, and Christian Tago was behind everything on that, it seemed like.
He did. He hit the gap. He timed things up when he rushed the quarterback. A key interception there at the end of the first half. That could have been a potential scoring drive for Hawaii. But it's nice to see him emerge as a player, overcoming a tough injury that he sat out, our opener, and he's continued to fight back. But he's continuing to grow and develop and understand the defense.
What was so different that the defense played like? Because they hadn't had a fumble recovery since the Stanford game, hadn't had an interception since the Sacramento State game. What was so different?
I think it's just a confidence that they have of understanding. Whenever there's change, there are growing pains involved in a change, and our guys, the hard work is there, the effort is there, and I think they're just starting to get it. Timing blitzes up at the right time, confidence, stripping the football, being able to break on a ball, understanding your opponent. All those things are starting to come together, and that helps. That helps the defense play at a higher level.
We'll take a quick break with San Jose State head coach Ron Carrick. When we come back, we'll preview the Colorado State game. More on Spartan Football Weekly when we return.
Uno más!
Uno más.
Let's go! Uno más!
Uno más.
Uno más. We taste better for lunch or dinner.
Welcome back to Spartan Football Weekly. Still sitting here with San Jose State head coach Ron Carrick, now previewing the Colorado State game, second conference game of the year for you guys, and it's going to be the fourth different time zone, believe it or not, that you guys have had in the past 4 weeks. It's got to factor into it somehow, huh?
It does. Our guys understand, hey, to be a good, successful program, the emphasis is not where you play and when you play, but how you play. And it could be multiple time zones, Hawaii 1 week, Colorado State the next, but you got to do it.
Yeah. Well, this is another team that San Jose State had the kind of fortune to play last year. Of course, beat them at home 20-40 or 40-20. Does that, you have significant film, I would imagine, but does that play into some of the players crossing over from last year to this year?
We've seen the film, and from a personnel standpoint, it's valuable. But things change so much, chemistry of teams, graduations, schemes, not so much their schemes as much as what they did against the Spartans of 2012 will be different than the 2013 version just because of different offenses and defenses. But it is helpful. I think it's important to absorb and study as much film as you can so you know your opponent well.
Now, from a fan perspective, just viewing the game, this is a homecoming game for Colorado State, and obviously there's a lot of different things going on in the stadium for the fans, but does that make it any different for the players, for the teams involved?
It doesn't. Sometimes the halftimes get extended 20 to 25 minutes when there's a homecoming game, but it doesn't. Our guys will take this. It's a business approach to an important game, another road game, and we know we got to take them one at a time, and the focus will be there.
Now, you always talk about San Jose State going back a couple years ago, playing Alabama, playing Wisconsin. It seems like Colorado State's in that position right now. They played Alabama this year. They're starting to learn and grow more and more.
Definitely. Coach Maxson is third year, getting those guys going, getting his system, understanding. And I think they've got some things, they're in rhythm. I think their run game's in rhythm, starting to pick up. They did go toe-to-toe with Alabama for at least the first half. That game, Alabama pulled away, but they fought, battled, and competed. And I think you're starting to see some things. They have a good offense. They do a lot of shifting, formationing. They keep you at bay. You have to be sharp in your alignments so that your gap sound and sound across the board, or they'll do a good job of exploiting you.
Well, you're right. I think they're hitting momentum on their offense. They scored 30 points a game. I think they put up 59 against UTEP. So What have you seen different throughout the course of the year from them? Maybe a little different early on?
I think their run game is a key part. They've picked that up, and that helps them. It's a mentality, it's a physicalness that they bring to the table. They have a couple different backs, too, that are effective, kind of not far off from what we had on Saturday night. But I think their offensive line is clicking. They're on the same page. Flipping sides, the defensive side of the ball, there are 4 seniors up front. Number 56 is their guy who makes the most statistics from sacks and tackles for losses.
Yeah, you're talking about Barrett. He's the linebacker with 6.5 sacks.
Yeah, he definitely has his presence is well known. We're aware of him. But those are 4 seniors that have played a lot of football, and they're definitely good players.
One question I was going to ask you about Barrett, what do they do to open up the holes for him? It seems like he's the guy that they drop a lot of plays for, just to get to the quarterback or get to whoever has the football.
Well, they do a good job getting him in one-on-one situations. Their inside guys are stout, thick. They take up double teams so that he's in a one-on-one matchup, often coming off the weak side. But they try and create mismatches, and he does a good job. He's good with his hands, as most pass rushers are, where they don't let you get in tight on him. They create separation, whether it's a swim or whether it's a rip move. He does a good job getting to the quarterback.
I know we talked a little about running backs already, but Bibbs, he may not know his name, but you probably know him by number. He's the guy that has 6 touchdowns this year. He's a downhill type runner, it seems like, and maybe more effective in the red zone. Is he the guy that they'll give the ball to the most?
Well, I think they have the committee of guys do it, but I think he's a favorable guy because he doesn't mess around. He hits it hard, and when contact's made, he keeps his leg drive going and will finish always for a few extra yards. So we have to be good, not just stud him up, but we have to take him down first shot, and so that he doesn't have that extra run after contact.
Well, what have you seen from their quarterback, Garrett Grayson? He's got some pretty good numbers in terms of the touchdowns and the yardage, but maybe not the most accurate guy.
Sure, but he's savvy. He's a returning starter. He understands their scheme. Looks like he gets them out of, sometimes you see what looks like an audible, and he checks them to a play that's an effective play. So he's experienced. He does a good job. He has good knowledge of the game, and I think that's why he's in there, and he's capable of making the big play.
Well, Bené Benwikri wasn't able to play last week. I know the corners played pretty well. Will we see the all-WAC performer coming again this week?
I think he's going to be back soon. I feel good about it. We were on the safe side on Saturday night of holding him out, and I totally understand it. I have utmost respect for our medical staff, but he is getting better, and I think he'll be okay, which is good news.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Justin.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the officially sanctioned annual award recognizing all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. NACDA and USA Today co-founded this esteemed honor in 1993, still widely recognized as the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Welcome back to the program. Once again, San Jose State takes on Colorado State this weekend on October 12th. That game time is a 12:30 kickoff Pacific, 1:30 Mountain, and can be seen on the CBS family of networks, also on 1590 AM KLIV, with the radio show starting at 12 o'clock on the pregame. Thanks for watching this week, and we'll see you next time.